My best girlfriend, when I got married, like, for some reason, I didn't invite any of my friends, which was like, because it was so last minute and we just...
It's a whirlwind.
Kind of like this. But like, my ex-husband didn't really like the friends that I grew up with. So it was like almost like, for some reason, subconsciously, they had, and my best friend will never let me live it down. We are divorced. We've been divorced forever. And she's like, yeah, well, I wasn't invited to your wedding. So and I was like, it's like...
Have you ever told her...
Well, thank God. Now she can come to my real wedding.
By the way, speaking of...
Yeah.
You've been engaged for
so
years.
long.
For like a long... How many years have you engaged now? 3.
I think 3.
I think it's fun that you're prolonging. The engagement's a really fun part because people are like excited and asking about it. Right? You're living in that beautiful between season.
My fantasy is to get engaged and just stay engaged.
Sure. Well, I just don't have the same kind of like, oh my God, I'm gonna get married and I can't wait for the party. It's the opposite. I'm like, okay, I have to plan it and then it's gonna cost so much money and it's just a lot.
Would you ever just elope and just...
Maybe. Yeah. I
just invite your best friend, okay?
Exactly. Yeah. Day of.
Day of might have to come. Would you ever just stay engaged?
I like the idea of being engaged forever.
And you have the ring, you have the promise, you have the ultimate commitment.
I love it. And then
my fiancé.
But you don't have the gravy boat from the registry, right? Don't you want that?
I long for the gravy boat.
Of course.
This is part of the dilemma. Mm-hmm. But I also, though, it's like the contractual thing is tough for me. I'm a freedom. I like my freedom, and I don't like to be, like, I like the concept of freedom.
Yeah.
And so, like, this thing when, like, you're signing the government contract, to me, just my own thing is, like, probably why, I was raised by Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, who never signed the contract. So I'm like, whoa, right, Joe? So there's a part, of course. Duh. So part of...
That's like my model.
Yeah.
Duh.
And they've been engaged since I was 7.
What if we designed a cottage industry?
Okay, keep
where
going.
You had the dress and the invitations and the ring, and you did this whole thing, and it was called a promise ceremony.
I love promise ceremony.
Right?
I am so in.